Hey everybody, welcome in, welcome in. Why am I not why is that my layout wrong? There we go. I got it fixed now. Thanks everybody. Appreciate you coming in here. Uh that was my old intro. For my members only, I had a new intro that I was supposed to do. Somehow I didn't load it up in here. I know what happened. I loaded the first edition up there, and then there was something about it that I didn't like. So I took it down, redid it, put it back up, and forgot to load it into StreamYard. So next week you get the new countdown. It might not be. I know this was Detroit. Not everybody knows. Hey, what's this? What's this? The reason I did it was I did more cruising clips in the new intro, so people would know, like when they click on it. People that if they come on and just first time being at your channel, the first thing they see is that, and like, what is this? What city is this? I don't know. What is this? So I went ahead and redid it and more cruising video. And because of Scott going on MSC World America, I put all clips from World America. Not I'm sorry, I put clips from MSC because I haven't been on World America yet. So, you okay? Okay. Let's see. Let me go down the chat. Yes, yes. I'm gonna get to that in a couple seconds. Let's see who's in the chat. I see Z's Gaming and Home Theater Channel. Bill, welcome in, Z. Welcome in. I'm trying to see if I can go live on Instagram, and success! I'm live on Instagram. Shay, hey, Bill, welcome in. Welcome in. Everybody saying hello. Travels with PMB. Paul, welcome in. Appreciate you being in here. Where am I at here? Najuma Brown, welcome in. Welcome in. Thank you for being part of the strong crew. And Najuma, I don't know if you saw my new intro, but as I said, I did it for my members. A lot of times I try to give my members an early peek at whatever videos I'm doing, because Carnival Cruise Addict Liz. I'm like, don't tell me I set the other premiere at the same time. Anyway, I give them a chance to look at it first, so they can see it first. But a lot of it's to help me. Like if there's something wrong with it, or you couldn't hear me, and I like to see what it looks live. So that I kind of did. That's why I do it. Let's see. Shay says hello to everybody in the chat. Bedazzle, welcome in, welcome in. Appreciate you being in here. Carnival Cruise Addicts, thank you so much for being a strong crew member. Okay, seriously, 2 times I'm in the live for next week. Stop posting. It's the new me. It's the new me. I want to be like Scott. I want to put stuff out there so people can catch up with it and whatever. Anyway, it confuses me. They were asking me like, so what's your topic for tomorrow? I don't know. What video's coming out? I don't know. I got video. I'm working on a video. I got 2 videos out, and they asking me what video. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, I'm not whining. Liz is on a roll. Z is typing in hashtag strong to drop that link. Z, thank you very much. Nightbot, it is working. Okay, I went to cut a couple of things off on Nightbot. I got a bad habit of waiting to the last minute to get things prepared. I need to take better notes. I need. Tanisha, where you at? I need to learn how to take better notes. Carnival Cruise Addict says, okay, Shay, it's not just me. I can't help it. I mean, this is a new bill. I'm turning over a new leaf. Michelle B, Ship Wanderer. Hey, y'all. Scott made it to the chat. Bill, Scott, thank you for being a member and a moderator. I love my mods. They are the bestest. Yeah, Scott. I'm trying to be like you. Every time I look around, there's Scott. Scott. He's everywhere. I'm trying to be like you. I mean, you inspire me a little bit. I'm not about that. I'm not about crazy yet, but the cruise talk I really enjoy. So I'm working on it. I am working on it. No, Scott's not in trouble with me. Scott can never be in trouble. We have Marjorie in the house. Marjorie, welcome in, welcome in. Hi and good afternoon. Everybody saying hello. Cruising complete. Welcome in. Good evening. Welcome in, welcome in. Nope, Scott, not in trouble. Barry, welcome in. Is this Asian milk? Nope, nope. I mm, there's been talk of flying back over there. I believe I'm going to try to schedule a cruise. I'm going to try to schedule a cruise going to out of Singapore. It hits Vietnam and Malaysia or whatever. Carnival, well, Carnival. No matter what people say about Carnival, Carnival takes good care of me, and I appreciate that. Portholes and Pixie Dust, welcome in, guys, on the Instagram side. Thanks for stopping by. Cruz Bolero, welcome in. I look a little. See, Scott, you're not gonna get me going. I'm not going on that rabbit hole. No, thank you, Scott. I think that's a compliment. Could be. I don't know. I'm hearing jokes from Match Game. So if you had said that in Match Game, I'm trying to hear the jokes in my head. What would be being said at the time at that time? Embarkation Nation is in the house. Welcome in, Embarkation Nation. Bill, thank you, Embarkation Nation. I'm assuming this is Jennifer. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for being a member of the Strong Crew. One of the first members, if not the first member. I'm my memory. I go back. I can't remember who actually was the first member, but it probably was Embarkation Nation. Ken goes cruising. Welcome in, Ken. Appreciate it. You guys have some nice cabins. When you go on cruise, Ken always does. He goes on the European cruise lines, and he does the room tour, the cabin tour. They really have some nice cabins. I have to think about that. I was literally sitting on the couch today, and I actually looked up going on NCL Luna, and I might have to step my game up and get a balcony. I don't know. See, I'm torn between two lovers, feeling like a fool. I'm torn between balcony and interior. The last time I had a balcony, I spent 15 minutes on a 7-day cruise on that balcony. Is that worth another $1,000? Is it worth it? I don't think so. But when I see everybody in these balcony rooms, um, blowing kisses, welcome in. Welcome in. Good to see you. Haven't seen you in a while. Tell your buddy happy birthday, even though she didn't respond to my when I sent a happy birthday. When I sent a post on Instagram, she didn't respond, but I sent a post, happy birthday. And somebody else's birthday is coming up too, right? Let's see. Ken goes cruising. Everybody saying hi to Ken. Law Jones, welcome in. Welcome in. Uh, Scott, controversial cruising says, I wish I was on World America. Scott, not as bad as I do. Not as bad as I do. I'm looking forward to that so much, and it's not until because back over. I'm looking at the screen over here, so when I look this way, I'm looking at the screen, but I should be looking at the camera because I'm always. I got my Instagram, my Facebook, my YouTube is always on, even when I'm on a cruise. It's always not always, but most of the time, blowing kisses. Quee. Lurky Lou, welcome in, welcome in. Law, if I didn't say it, welcome in, Law. Appreciate you being here. Scott, for the rest of the year, I'm kind of booked up. I'm going on World America November 22nd. But nobody wanted to go on Thanksgiving when I booked. Nobody wanted to go, so I booked a solo cabin. Uh, I mean, we could try to figure out a way, maybe upgrade it to a regular cabin. I don't know what the prices would be, but with that solo cabin, I have the Wi-Fi package and I also have the drink package. And so I mean, it was a good deal. And when I went to go look at some of the prices now, yeah, not such good deals. We have a little bantering, a little beard, and a whole lot of bill. Happy Thursday. Thank you, Keisha. Thank you for being a member. And thank you for being a mod. Luna, you have mine and Andrew's attention. I looked April 4th, I think was like the inaugural cruise. I did I did. Yeah. Blowing Kisses says, yeah, yeah. No, it's always on. I mean, not always, but like I said, most of the time I have that internet package. I don't really do anything, play games on it, but you can't. The games that I play, Coin Master, I can't play without the internet. What? Who makes a game that you can't play without the internet? Anywho, yes, Luna, Embarkation Nation. Everybody saying hello. I'm meeting Sherry in Fort Myers Beach on her birthday. Yay! Is Danny going to be with her? Hopefully, good people. That'll be fun. You guys should have a great time. Law Jones says, no, 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 not as bad as I do. Ken goes cruising. We do both balconies and ocean views and inside cabins, depending on the ship's itinerary and time of year. Whoops, I missed something. Oh, she's amazing. Talking about Sherry. Okay, yes. Met her briefly in Tampa, but we are going to have some drinks. Yeah, if they drink, they're lightweights. That is selling. Andrew and I have been going back and forth for Luna. The price was just so expensive. That was my only problem with the price of the Luna. I think I priced it out for a solo, and I think it was an interior room. It was $2,300 for an interior room for a 7-day cruise. I'm cheap. I'm cheap, and that's one of my problems. And that's going to lead me into this conversation about these ships today, because I know everybody's going to say, I'm not sure. On YouTube, there's a poll at when you come into the chat, and the poll is: do you prefer new ships or old ships? Yes or no? Or do you which do you prefer, old ships or new ships? If you could answer that for me, because I have a feeling of how it's going to go. So, but I'm curious because there's some Carnival cruise addicts. I think they're on to something. Ken says on our next cruise we're going to have concierge veranda on Oceana Vista. They know how to cruise. I can't afford that. They know how to cruise in style. Ken, if you and Lindsay ever want to adopt somebody, I'm available. I'm available. I'll leave my family in a heartbeat. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to leave my family in a heartbeat. If B Weezy is listening now, if Jennifer, if you guys are listening, love you. Love you. Hold on. There we go. Love you. Okay, now I'm just rambling. Ramona, welcome in on the Facebook side. Thank you for coming in, Mona. Appreciate it. We like the ports on the second sailing better. Say less. Second, because it's probably not, because that's going to be a hot ship. But yeah, I mean, I don't. If I can get on, like the second, it doesn't have to be inaugural. Inaugural is nice because you get to meet other content creators, get some content, put it out. I don't put mine out fast enough. I was Destination Fun. Sherry was making had a live today from Port of Tampa, and she was talking about she's putting out her Utopia videos from, I don't know, whenever we went on it. It was a long time ago, about a year ago. It wasn't quite a year, but about a year ago. And I'm laughing at her. I still have like MSC videos from Meraviglia, from Divina, from Seascape. I still have videos from that I have to put out, I have to put together. So I was joking with her, and I wasn't being serious. Scott says New World Order. What? What, Scott? Oh no, New World America. We are guilty. Yes, we know. Yes, Embarkation Nation. We know. You did? Check out Embarkation Nation. They put out a short today. Golf clap. Okay, I made it to the bottom. So let's see. We are going to be talking. Hold on, let me pull up my notes. We're going to be talking about new ships versus old ships. And believe it or not, well, how can I start this without like giving away my preference? Uh, there's a lot of I know everybody loves the roller coasters and the water slides and the dry slides and the bumper cars and stuff like that. But at my age now, a lot of times I go to relax. And when you get on the older ships, it brings up memories, the nostalgia of when I first started cruising, when there was no internet. They didn't have TV. They didn't show movies on the screen. You went there, and what I say is to cruise. Now, other people are going to be like, "Well, it's still cruising." Everybody cruises differently. I know that. But back in that day, that was you got on there to meet the people. You got on there to dress up to go to dinner. A couple of nights if it's a 7 day cruise. Um, that was what cruising was about. And you looked at the ocean. You felt the rocks and roll of the ship. That was cruising. It wasn't the destination, but that was back again. I've been cruising a long time. I've been cruising since 1990. I've been cruising a long time. So the destination, they weren't like they are right now. They weren't over commercialized. So when you went, you went to see new places, untouched beaches. I mean, you went for a lot of different reasons, but it wasn't necessarily all the ship, but it was these destinations. Now these with these new cruise ships, now they're all it's the ship has become the destination. Not saying it's a bad thing. Let me welcome in Foodie, Vicky, welcome in, and you got TJ, welcome in. Um, Now nobody like when I go on World America in November. I'm not going to get off the ship. I'm going to be on the ship and check out everything I could possibly check out. Mike the Traveler, travel lover. Oh, I didn't see the two L's. Welcome in, welcome in. Appreciate you being here. Mike says newer ships. Cruising with Blake, welcome in. Appreciate you being here, both on the Instagram side. Um, so the older ships they hold a special place in my heart. They definitely hold a special place in my heart. And I know a lot of you like, ew, who would want to go on the Paradise? The Paradise is old school cruising, and unlike a lot of these mega ships now, they're not packing 10,000 people on a cruise ship. You have more. They gave you more space. Now they might have the curtain showers or shower curtains, but they gave you more space. Ken Goes Cruising says there seems to be more room on the older ships. There is, Ken. That's what I was just saying. The ship to people ratio was a lot less back then. I mean, you actually had room. You walk down the hallway, two people, and not have to go, excuse me. I mean, it was totally different. Mike, the travel lover, says, "What day in November are you going?" I'm going November 1st. I'm going on World America the 22nd. It's the Thanksgiving cruise. And that was the cheapest. I couldn't believe it for the holiday. Well, probably because most people want to be with their family on the holiday. Anywho, for the holiday, they had a 7 day cruise, and I got it for like 1,400. So, including the Wi-Fi package and the drink package. Hold on. I think Vicky said I missed it. Oh, Vicky said I like all ships. Need cruises or need cruise, y'all. I'm the same way. I'm the same way. Uh, I, as long as I'm on a cruise, I had and I didn't have a bad cruise, but one time coming out of the pandemic, I went on the Spirit, and the ship wasn't ready. They brought it over from Australia. It wasn't ready. The pools weren't open for the first day or two, and the service, the crew wasn't up to par, and I had a couple of problems with it. The internet didn't work, so I had a couple of problems with it. But I was on a cruise ship. I didn't care. There is some truth here, and do agree with you. Some truth? Er? Mike, the travel lover, says the newer ships have more variety of options and things to do, food to eat, and activities. Yes, Mike, they do. But just like the world that we live in now, uh, everything is hustle bustle. The older ships, and give me the bad Wi-Fi. The back when I first started cruising, and this is what I don't like about cruising now. Everything is a money grab. Everything now with a cruise ship is a money grab. Back then, the only time they had photographers out to take pictures was embarkation day, when you got off the ship to go into a port, and formal night. They didn't fill the hallways up with camera people. They didn't have people coming. There wasn't a specialty restaurant. They gave you the good food in the main dining room. You didn't have to go to the steakhouse to get a good steak. Uh, it changed. Everything became a money grab. Not a good thing, not a bad thing, but it's a thing. And for me, I'm not a foodie. I really enjoyed back when they had all the good steaks, the cuts of steaks in the main dining room. I'm a meat and potato type of guy. The lobster tails you can keep. If they had lobster tonight, I would. Hey, here's a lobster. You can have mine. Anywho, but it's all a money grab, and everybody is doing that. All the cruise lines. It's not like one cruise line, and I mean I'm laughing. As much as I don't like possibly losing my diamonds, did I tell you I'm diamond? The, even with the possibility of me losing my diamond status, I don't care. I don't care, because Carnival holds a special place in my heart, and the cruise is going to be the same. Yeah, it's going to be the same. But people are so caught up on trying to maintain their status that they're willing to overspend. Now, if you're not going to overspend, fine. But you're all going on a cruise. Don't worry about how many dollars it takes to maintain platinum, the red card. You're all going to the same place. It's all becoming a money grab. And quiet as it's kept, all of you going to MSC, well, they go on a point basis. They don't go by night. They go by a point basis. So yeah, get ready, because what you're running away from Carnival, you're running into on MSC. Now they haven't figured out where it's like the cruise and what you spend. So however they figure out their point system, I haven't really taken a good look at it, but it is a point system, and it takes 10,000 points to be diamond, and it takes whatever 4,999 or 5,000 to be gold. So yeah, don't think you're running away from the point system. Yeah, you're not. And I understand Carnival, it expires. Now maybe they can tweak that, maybe, where it doesn't expire. But if they do that, see, everybody, you got all those free cruises. I got to catch up with this chat too. You got all those free cruises, and everybody became platinum, and everybody became diamond. It's too many. How long do you think MSC can keep matching everybody's status on their ship and still give you the same thing? How long before you think they change? It takes 80 days on Royal to become diamond. And if everybody leaves Carnival and goes over there, how long do you think it's going to take for them to change their people? It's a money grab. As soon as they feel they're not making money, they're going to change. It's not Carnival led the pack. Carnival has a lot of other issues, but Carnival led the pack. And anyway, no, I'm sorry. I said I wasn't going to do a rant today. Mike, the travel lover. Uh, that's great pricing. That's what I got priced. The newer ships have more of variety options, and the cruise lines are catering to the future cruisers who will be cruising for the next 20 or 30 years. That will be cruising. They're grooming. They're grooming for that. They are grooming for that, Mike. I started off on Carnival Pride. Status doesn't matter to me. I cruise based on ship and itinerary. All the lines will follow Carnival's lead. They're almost going to have to. They're almost going to have to follow the lead. Let me. Michelle B says, Scott. I believe it was Scott. I watched the hilarious bumper car video. I can't wait till the videos come out. TJ, welcome in. Welcome in, TJ. If I didn't speak to you earlier. Ken says, nope, I did that one already. The newest ships I've been on is the Firenze. I enjoyed it. Firenze was a good ship. I enjoyed it. It was for Carnival. It was different. It was a different look. Law Jones. It was 4 or 5 star dining and pampering. Yes, they made up your room twice a day. They really took care of you. But you didn't have the water slides. I mean, okay. Well, I'm getting to the point where I don't want the water slide. Everybody saying hello. The newer ships keep us more entertained with Chloe, and I spend a lot less time in the casino. Well, that's now everything's about the casino. Everything's about the casino. How much money can they take from you? They have these things. They call it land casinos. You can gamble anytime you want. So, gambling is that cruising? Well, it is because you get discounts on a cruise. But that's to take you money or take money out your pockets to supplement the cruise. But there wasn't the same pressure to gamble back in the day on the older ships, years ago. And now everything, and that's kind of where Carnival, that's where they dropped the ball. They missed the ship, so to speak. They didn't upgrade their ships to make them a destination, and as it slowly shifted from the ports being the destination, and now it's going to the ships being the destination. Carnival fell behind, way behind. I'm going on Navigator of the Sea, which came out like in 2002, and we're probably talking Spirit class came out about the same time, or somewhere around there. The looks of the ships are night and day. Navigator being a royal ship, for those that don't know. They fell well behind, and when I first, because I'm trying, since Carnival doesn't want me to be diamond anymore. Okay, not that I really care, but they don't want me to be diamond. I have 7 years. I started to book some royal cruises. I have 3 booked: Navigator of the Sea, Wonders of the Sea, and Rhapsody of the Sea. I was nervous because Navigator is one of their older ships. I think it was, as I said, I think it was 2002. I'm like, a 20-year-old ship. But I gambled a little bit in there. They gave me this 4 or 5 day cruise, whatever it is, for free, as long as I gamble. When you want me to gamble a little bit. I did. I looked it up on YouTube. I swear it looks as nice as Carnival's maybe Dream Class, probably Vista Class. I'm still going to give the edge for the Jubilee, the Excel class, but that 2002 ship, and then when they brought out the Oasis class, knocked Carnival out the box. And this is where Carnival fell behind, where the ship started. The Oasis class ship was like the first, well, what I thought was the first ship that became a destination. Mike, the travel lover, says all cruise lines will follow Carnival's lead. Oh, yes, I have to go. Mike, thank you for stopping in. I appreciate you stopping in, my friend. Lurky Luke, I'm not into overcrowded mega ships. They can feel that way. I have to admit, most of the time, I didn't feel crowded. Like when I went on the Utopia of the Seas, it didn't feel crowded. It did, to me. It didn't feel crowded. but there are a lot of people on the ship. Allure of the Seas. There's a lot of people on that ship. TJ says I like them both. Don't forget to hit the answer the poll for those that haven't answered the poll. Go answer the poll whether you like older ships or newer ships. Because I'm just curious. I think it's going to lean heavily to one side. I'm not going to say which side. Cruise Below. I booked the Star. Can't wait. Well, and that's going to go into my. Let me get into my notes. Where's my notes? My thing with like booking the Star. Ship looks beautiful, absolutely stunning. I could literally take 3 Carnival cruises. I could look, and now that I'm retired, if I was still working, had 7 days vacation, no doubt, I would pick a newer ship with a good ports of call. I'm not. I'm retired. I want to enjoy my cruises. I don't want to go on 3 cruises a year because they cost $3,000 each. I don't want to do that at my age. You know what I want to do, and for what I do on a cruise ship. People that watched Scott yesterday on Cruise Talk Live, and you saw that dry slide he went down, and you saw the bumper cars he went down, and all that, and I don't need that. Will I do it? The cliffhanger or whatever. Which I'm, by the way, when I go, I'm doing the cliffhanger. Just so you know, I'm doing the cliffhanger. I may cry, but I'm going to do the cliffhanger. But I don't need that. And what I found out now is what I prefer doing more is going. Imagine going to Nassau 50 times. Imagine going to Cozumel 25 times. Imagine going to Costa Maya 30 times. Imagine going to, you get the point. So the more you cruise, the less you want to go through these ports. So what I found out is if you fly like overseas, the ships aren't as new a lot of times because the new ships usually come here first. MSC was different. They had World Europa, the sister ship of World America, overseas. They just brought it in. So that's kind of like the exception. Most of the time, these larger ships start in the United States and then go elsewhere. Give me one of the older ships overseas. Seeing ports I haven't seen. The premiere I had today, right before this live, it was me in Japan. Thank you, Carnival. It was on the Carnival Luminosa. Not the greatest ship. Spirit class, not the greatest ship for ship purposes. I did 29 days on it, and we had 29 days. We had 8 or 9 ports, so all the rest were sea days. I survived. Barely, but no. I survived. It was good. The meals were decent. I didn't stay in the specialty dining because I'm not going to pay extra off of that. The main dining room was fine. The buffet was fresh, and they changed it out every day. I enjoyed it. So the newer ships, you're going to pay. As I said, I was looking at the Luna. Go on that inaugural cruise. It was a solo person, inside cabin, $3,000. Do you know how far $3,000 would take me on Carnival or MSC? Some of the older Royal ships. Give me the older ships. Give me the older ships. Michelle B says, I want to go on World America. They have corn dogs. They have the biggest corn dogs I've ever seen. I've been on both. Keisha says, I've been on both. Oh, hold on. I can't see my chat from Instagram. It's a long story. It doesn't flow into the StreamYard app. So I have to always keep looking over here. If you see me looking over, I'm looking at the chat from Instagram. Keisha says, I've been on both Carnival Paradise balcony, Western Caribbean, and the Carnival Elation interior, Bahamas and Princess Key. I enjoy both ships. I do too. It depends. As I said, It depends on what you want to do. My kids grew up like on Carnival Inspiration. Uh, that's what they grew up on. I mean, not the best Carnival ships. They loved it. The little swimming pools, they loved it. Now that they're going on these newer ships, they're like, Dad, you cheap son of a. Well, they didn't know better. They weren't paying at the time. VentureCast, welcome in on the Instagram side. Welcome in, Mike. Appreciate you being over here. Um, and it's 3 or 4 day. I know a lot of people complain about 3 or 4 day cruises. I think my next two cruises are 4 day cruises. One is out of Miami. That is MSC Seascape, and then one is out of Long Beach. Navigator of the Seas, August 11th. Carnival Cruise Addicts. Yes, and you guys, Liz, you guys have always said you love the older ships. I love all the ships. I love the new ships. My favorite Carnival ship is the Carnival Celebration. That's probably my favorite ship. Uh, Celebration. They tweaked the Mardi Gras, and it doesn't have the Texas star on the front. So I'm just kidding, Texas. I'm just kidding. Celebration is probably my favorite ship. Nice ship, but for the things that I do, I don't know if I'm paying extra money for it. I'll pay the extra money to go on the unhinged, ungrouped, whatever cruise, February 14th, 2027. I mean that one I can do. Nelly, welcome in. Am I the only one that doesn't subscribe to which? Hold on. Am I the only one that doesn't subscribe to the whole? At least you're on the ship. If you're something, if something is garbage, it's garbage or a cruise. Uh, it's garbage cruise or not. Well, I mean, everybody has their opinion. I haven't had a bad cruise. 60 some odd cruises later, I haven't had a bad cruise. I've been on old ships. I've been on new ships. I've been on ships with problems. I've been on ships that didn't have Wi-Fi. I've been on all the ships. Never had a bad time. So I don't know. I would have to. I guess I would have to be on your ship for you to tell me what made it garbage. I understand like some of them could be overcrowded. Now that's not a good thing. But I try to avoid the crowds anyway. The food maybe not be may not be as good. I try to find something that I like, or when I go to ports, I go eat in the ports. So I mean, I guess it all depends. I have yet to have a garbage cruise, and not saying that it's not going to come. Not going to say it could come, but every cruise ship, the Carnival Paradise, Ecstasy, the Fantasy, all those good ships, the Inspiration, the Imagination, that they hold a lot of memories for me. Uh, Michelle B says, "Yes, a money grab, but they will keep grabbing my monies. They they will, they will. Uh, uh, right now, I still love cruising than going to most land destinations. Japan kind of changed my mind because I do want to fly. I want to fly back to Tokyo, and I want to spend about 3 or 4 days in Tokyo and visit around that area. I do want to do that. I mean, the more cruises I take that don't leave from the United States, the more it makes me want to go fly to a destination and stay for a few days and enjoy um, the cities that I'm in because it's hard to enjoy the cities when you're there. You get there at 8 and you leave by 4. It's hard to enjoy. Happy cruising, welcome in. Happy cruising 13, welcome in, welcome in. Appreciate you coming in, my friend. Um, I want to go. It's making me want to go spend more time in there. Don't get me wrong. I will tell you right now. I've never wanted to be on a cruise ship. I never wanted to see a cruise ship as bad. And I've been on a few inaugural cruises, the Jubilee, the I think Celebration, Margaritaville Islander. I've been on a few inaugural cruises. I've never looked forward to getting on a cruise ship as I am looking for MSC World America because right now MSC World America, I think, is putting out a great product at a great price. Will it stay that way? Probably not. They're a business. They want to make money. So if people start coming over, spending money, they're going to want to probably raise their prices a little bit. TJ, I agree, Bill. Back in the day, it was nice, great food and great food, and that's what people. The service, you didn't have as many people. If it felt more like pampering, they changed. They did your room twice a day, chocolates on the pillow. It felt more personal. Everybody didn't have like their hand out. The gratuities was reasonable. Matter of fact, back in the good old days, they usually just handed you like 3 or 4 envelopes. You put the money in that and hand it over to the different people, and you tipped as you went along to whoever you wanted to tip. But now everything seems like a money grab, and the gratuity. It's like, well, the gratuities for the crew, but we're not going to tell you exactly how we dole it out. We're going to do kind of what we want to do with it, and that doesn't sit real well with me. Susanna, welcome in, welcome in. Appreciate you being in, Susanna. The money grab is crazy with especially restaurants. It's getting crazier. MSC is doing it right. Well, no, that steakhouse was $99. They got me. But like the drink package was $51 a day plus, and that included gratuities for this next cruise. My birth Did I say my birthday's coming up? July 23rd is my birthday. But July 20th, I'm hopping on MSC Seascape, and I'm gonna have the drink package, and it's gonna be Bill runs wild. Okay, Bill doesn't run wild. Only when I'm cruising with Edna and Life with V. That's the only time I ran wild. I won't do that anymore. Maybe once or twice. Embarkation Nation, I agree. Oh, Carnival Cruise says, oh, thank you guys. Thank you guys. Whoops, hold on. I appreciate it. I said I was going to have something new. Here comes the money. Here we go. Here comes the money. Money, 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 this weekend, I'm gonna work on stuff. I didn't get my new intro coming in here. I'm gonna work on stuff. Liz, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Mike, I went over to look at your Navigator videos, and I started looking at them. I didn't see one like for a ship tour. Did you do a ship tour? Because I didn't see a ship tour. I kind of wanted to see a ship tour. You did it like you at Catalina, I believe, and you're showing around Catalina, which was nice, and it's different. Catalina. Anyway, I just wanted Mike Lace, welcome in, welcome in. Navigator of the Seas was refurbished in 2019. Sweet. It looks like a nice ship. It looks like a nice ship. Adventures with Uncle Dave. Welcome in. Welcome in. Appreciate you being here. Member for 20 months. Hey, y'all. Welcome. Or hey, y'all. Hey, Bill. Uncle Dave, thank you. Thank you for being a strong crew member for 20 months. One of my longest standing members. I see VentureCast has made it onto this side. Scott, 2002, 2003. I must have missed that. I don't know what that was. I booked Star and Icon casino deals, and I'm a mid-tier player. Nice. I'm probably a mid-tier player. I got to admit, like for Royal, I did not spend as much. So these next couple of cruises, I will spend like I normally spend, like on a Carnival cruise ship or an MSC cruise ship. I get deals from Royal, but mine are for more of the older ships, or like Wonder of the Seas for a 4-day cruise, three or 4-day cruise. So hopefully it bumps mine up a little bit. But I got to admit, like Star, it's just an icon. The prices, if I don't get a deal, the prices are just way more than I want to spend, because as nice as it looks, I got on World America for $1,400. So I can't justify spending $3,000, $2,500 for those other ships. Poll is running a bit. Wow, hold on. The poll is running a bit even, but the thumbs up could use a few more. Hold on. Let me. I can't see it. Hold on. Wow. Old ships 43% and new ships 57%. I am surprised. I thought it was going to be overwhelmingly newer ships, because there is so many things to do, and I know I'm up there in age. but I still like some of the newer stuff. And the bumper cars. I said I wouldn't get on it. I'm gonna get on bumper cars too. Um, but I'm fine. I'm fine without it. And my problem is a lot of these newer ships. They know you want to do these things. They overcharge, and I want to go on more cruises, and that's why for me the older ships are just fine. If it had nothing but a one swimming pool, well, maybe not one. I like the ones with the adult only pool because I don't want all the kids. I got to smack the kids around. Get off my lawn. I don't want to. I don't have to deal with all the kids. But I'm perfectly fine. But I do understand for people that don't want that, and for people that have limited PTO, and I understand. I do truly. Lay says I love. Oops. I love cruising and have never had a bad experience. Thankfully, I wasn't on the infamous poop cruise with Carnival though. It, that was a bad cruise. Other than going down, that's probably one of the worst experiences you could have had. Um, my philosophy is it is what it is. Make the best of whatever cards are dealt to you. Make the best of it. So that those would have been just more sunny days. That you get on top, um, do the best you can. I know it's dark, but go down to some floors maybe that aren't flooded. Yeah, I mean, you make the best of a bad situation. So it's nothing you can do about it. So sitting there and just whining. I mean, Carnival. I don't know if they took care of them. I didn't watch the documentary. I watched 5 minutes of it. I watched to the point where the power went out, and I just cut it off. I wasn't interested. It just wasn't interesting to me. Andre Southgate, welcome in, Andre. With full support. Appreciate you coming in here. VentureCast, the closest thing I've had to a back rule was the Carnival Ecstasy. Didn't have half of the venues open. MDR wasn't very good, and the bed in my cabin was the worst I've ever had. Oh, that's again for me. I make the most of it. Some beds are comfortable, some aren't. I mean, you try to. Hey, is there anything I can do about the bed? Can you bring one of those mattress tops put on my bed? Whatever. I try to make the best of a bad situation, and uh, you know as I said, probably the one of the worst cruises I had that was coming out of the pandemic was going on Carnival Spirit. They didn't. The venues weren't open. The shows weren't. It was like they didn't know they were going to have a cruise, so they didn't have any performers. So they had brought in like the jugglers. I mean, that was the only show they had. So I mean, there were problems. But I was on a cruise. I was on a deck. I was in the pool. I was living my best life. Carnival Cruise Addicts, Bill, you slacker. Wow, Bill didn't mix us up. I was waiting for I was waiting for some credit for that super chat. Ha. Nope, Scott. Nope. VentureCast says, yes, I didn't do a ship tour because half of the video didn't turn out very good. I used a different camera and won't make that mistake again. Controversial cruising. Thanks, Liz. Thank you, Scott. I appreciate it. Scott, you got me motivated. I am going to try to work on more thank you media clips and bumpers, as you call them. So I'm gonna have to give you the same one. Hold on, did you send me another one? No, that's a Here comes the money. Here we go. Money talk. Here comes the money. Money, 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 I am gonna have to work on that. Let's see. Oops. Thank you, Scott. Thank you so much. Oh boy, hold on. How did I get? Did I really skip over all this? Oh, here we go. How did I copycat? Well, thank you so much for being a copycat. And anybody else want a copycat? Go feel free. No, not necessary. Travel Cake Trips, welcome in. Welcome in. Appreciate you being in here. Our match game starts this week. Match game. Come Friday. Tonight at 9. What time is it tonight, Scott? Is it 9 o'clock? What Thursday, 9 o'clock tonight? Traveling with Josie Ann. Josie Ann is starting to do her lives. Yeah, I got to go check her out. Go check her out. Josie Ann, type in hashtag strong. Drop your link and let so people can go check out your past live. Travel Cake Trip says, "Hey Scott, you know it, and we're so ready. Match game tomorrow night." Yolandi, welcome in. Looks like a new name. Welcome in. Appreciate you being in here. I like new ships. I like new ships. Prefer older ships, more space, and may have better ports. I can find something to like on any cruise ship, and I'm the same way. I will find something, but I can entertain. I can really entertain myself, and my entertainment might be just having a cigar, enjoying the ocean, the breeze. That's my big thing. Um, back in my day, before they had the internet, I mean that's kind of what you did. That was the point of cruising. You didn't they didn't have TV channels and all this other stuff, so you didn't know what was going on in the news. You really disconnected from the world, and that felt good. And I hate to say it, I'm addicted to like the internet now. Um, and I don't disconnect. Everything that happens, I keep up on it. Is the news, and it's probably has taken away some of the joy of just cruising for me. But I have the internet, so I can come on and pull a Scott and get into lives while I'm on a cruise ship. And not that I'm throwing you on the bus, Scott. I mean, we like it, but I I I, I want to disconnect, and it's harder to do nowadays. Uh, hey, Scott, controversial cruising. Maggie, just popping in. Thank you, Maggie, for just popping in. I appreciate it. Scott, 9 p.m. tonight. Scott, drop your link. Thursday, 9 p.m. tonight. Thursday trivia. Scott? This that has gone on match game. I'm like, how long is Scott gonna do Thursday trivia and give away these prizes? Man, they have some good stuff. They always have good stuff. And controversial cruising and Carnival Cruise Addicts and Cruise Life TV, they have a great show on Friday nights. Now it's a little more risque than what I like, so I'm not gonna lie there. But it's a good thing if that's what you like. People love that. I mean, and when they did the John Hild one, and it was like that was good stuff there. That was good stuff. That was good stuff. They 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 do. Scott does both shows well, and Match Game is like the next level. Uh, it's next level, and they get you involved. It's almost like the real Match Game. They get you involved. It's anyway. Good show, Scott. Great Scott. Will G, welcome in. Appreciate you coming in, Will. Uh, Late, you're never late, Will. Driving to the airport. Right, Will. Where are you going, Will? You're going to Miami, right? Which ship are you going on? Will's heading to a cruise. FOMO. Throw him under the bus. He needs to relax. He does, but it's hard. I gotta admit, it's hard, especially being a content creator. It's so hard to put the camera down, not pick it up, and just enjoy that drink. I mean, you're always constantly thinking about, what's the next shot. I look at you. I can't even. I look at YouTube. We're kind of off the subject, but I look at. Let me make sure nobody came into Instagram. Nope. Okay. Uh, I'm looking at YouTube and I'm thinking about, the shot, the angle, the do I want to do that, something like that, and it's like it becomes work. And I said I never wanted this to be work. I wanted it to be fun, and it still is. I go through every week, every other day. I go through. I quit YouTube. I quit, but then I'll see something. I watching Scott's like MSC World America videos. It makes me Want to go out there and make my own videos. So kudos to all the content creators. I trust me. I know what you're going through. Just hang in there. Do you make the videos the way you like them, and just know you're not going to make everybody happy. Travel K trips. We enjoy both. Oh, I read that over. Okay. Thanks so much, Bill. Oh no. Oh, okay. Orlando going on the Vista. That's one ship I have not been on Carnival. It's about 3 or 4 ships of Carnivals that I haven't been on. Vista is one of them. And I love the panorama Horizon. When I got on it, it needed to go to dry dock, and that was a year or two ago. It needed to go to dry dock. It was falling apart left and right, and I always wanted to do the Vista, but then they started having propulsion issues, and I didn't get a chance to go. But I do want to make it one of these days. But Will, I want to. I think you were saying like maybe which Havana the Havana suites or Havana cabins. Which one has the best one? Is it the Vista class? It's definitely not the it's definitely not the Excel class. Was it Vista or Spirit? It had to be Vista that you love. And I can't remember. I snuck in one day when I was on Panorama, and I looked around, and I was so disappointed. The Excel class. I'm looking around looking for like the swimming pool and the hot tubs. I'm like, what is this? Here's a pool, and around the corner over here is a little small pool, which I thought was a hot tub, but it turned out to be the pool. I'm like, what is this? Everybody saying hello. I know. It's Scott's what's fourth job? Yeah, he does it, but he loves it. He loves it. First vlog drops tomorrow, Bill. Scott, you got to let us know ahead of time. I mean, unless I have my phone in my hand, it's like you'll pop it up. Upcoming video in 5 minutes. Scott, you need to let us know when. It's hard to put down the camera. It's hard to put the camera down. We have caught 2 marriage proposals. LOL, so much fun. I was on the Vista for Carnival's 50th birthday party. I was on, I believe I was on that Spirit, the one cruise I said I didn't like. I was so disappointed in that birthday. I mean, I thought they were gonna have fireworks and stuff. All these ships, like 5 or 6 ships, got together. They lined up. They all blew their horns, and then they went their separate ways. That was it. That was it. That was a celebration. I thought there was. I don't know what I thought there was going to be, but yes, I was on the Carnival Spirit at the time. Scott is the hardest working man on YouTube. Oh, he's the hardest working guy on the YouTube streets. Thursday, the match game. On Friday, still in everyone's live. Don't forget. Why do people keep forgetting about Cruise Talk Live Wednesdays? That's the show that started everything off for Scott. No, Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, 4 p.m. Mountain Time, Central Pacific Time. I went live, Uncle Dave. I went live at 2 o'clock in the morning to test something out. And old Uncle Dave, he was right there. He was right there with me like the good old days. He popped in. 7 or 8 people came in. This is 2 o'clock in the morning. I thought I was going to be all by myself. Will, welcome in. Welcome in, Will. Appreciate it. I always tell this story. Will was one of the first content creators I met on a cruise ship without meeting. We started talking about cruises. Oh, I was on that cruise. I was on that cruise. I think See Me Traveling was on it, and him and See Me. I guess they knew each other, but I didn't know anybody at the time. And I went back, or no, I was watching one of his videos. I'm like, that's me. Anywho, what time is it likely to be, everyone? 3:30. That's a good number. 8. Okay, 8:33. Perfect. Everybody 8:33. Scott's. So we know, even though it might not be up now. Uh Time to cruise, Liz. Hit it on the hell. 9 p.m. tonight, 8 tomorrow. Okay, okay. Tell me I know Scott without telling me I know Scott. That makes sense. Because I used to ask Scott, Scott, why do you pick these weird times for your premieres? And then he explained it to me. I was there first, Bill, midnight live. Scott, you're there. You're there. But Scott, I expect you to be everywhere. I don't care what time I go on. I expect Scott to be there. It may be a pop up. It may, but what do you know? Here's Scott. Uh, Bill doesn't even say hi. I mean, Scott, I didn't expect anybody to be up. Uh, can you make? Can you all make this a topic on Cruise Talk Live Wednesday? The app's available to the stream live and how they work. I don't mind. Scott and I, we don't mind. I don't think. Don't let me not speak for Scott. Um, I don't mind. I just don't know much about these other streaming apps. Probably the one I know the most about will be EV Max, even though people call it EV Mux. And I know it's MUX anyway. Um, I don't know a lot about them, but yes, I mean, I think we could go through some YouTube stuff, some Canva stuff, some whatever you guys want to know. Just the easiest way, just to email me or Scott or DM one of us. Let us know what you want to talk about. We're always looking for topics and talking about. I like talking about. I like talking about YouTube stuff, and it's always a pleasure. Because I'm always learning. I think Scott is always learning. I think everybody in here that's a content creator, we're always learning. We're always looking for something different. And a lot of times you pick up on stuff. Bone Tired Travelers, Denise, I was looking for a new streaming service and she introduced me to Ecamm, or I believe it was Ecamm, that was made for like a Mac and just different things. So yes, it can always be a topic. Scott says, but tomorrow my World America vlogs. Scott, he likes the atrium bars. Uncle Dave, you're never alone, Bill. Somebody is always watching. Somebody is always watching. Trish, the natural, always there. You guys, brought back the good old days. Kathy, we can in 2 weeks. The upcoming week is Ocean Key. But yes, we can return to YouTube talks with Kathy 2 weeks. Promise. Sounds good. Yes. Well, Scott, I got to look. I don't know if I'm on a cruise or not. I mean, we can do it. I'll probably still have the internet. We can still do it. Uh, but it might be. I might be on a cruise. I don't have my calendar. I don't. The 20th. I leave out on the 19th. Give me 1 second. Ooh, is the 23rd? Hold on, am I looking at this right? The 23rd? We can do a birthday cruise talk live on my birthday. Scott, I'm gonna be 10 margaritas in by the time the live goes. But next 2 weeks from now, my birthday. It could be an interesting one. So yes, but we can. Moonlight Adventures. Josh and Chastity, welcome in. Welcome in. Appreciate you guys being in there. Nothing wrong with an old ship with a great itinerary. I'm into the itineraries now. I want different. Moonlight, we're on the same Rhapsody of the Sea. We're on that same cruise, and that was one of those older ships, Rhapsody of the Sea for Royal, older ship. It looks like a nice ship. I mean, it's not. I mean, it's an older ship, but it still looks nice. But it hits some nice ports, and 7 days, I believe it goes out of San Juan. I love cruising out of San Juan because I love the Southern Caribbean because you don't go there much, and you get to see different things. As I said earlier in this live, when you're going to Nassau 20 times, when you're going to Half Moon Key 20, whatever Carnival calls it now. That's another topic. Carnival changed the names of all their islands. So I don't. I'm old. I don't do changes well. Anyway, Carnival, still love you. Um, you only go so many times, and a lot of times that's why I don't like cruising. I don't like cruising from the West Coast because I know the ports I'm going to, and I've been there 4 or 5 times. Not a lot, but 4 or 5 times. Catalina, Ensenada, Puerto Vallarta, and um, Mazatlan. You know that's where you're going. That's the only place you can go. Going out of Galveston, you're going to the Western Caribbean. Every blue moon you might get something different, but most of the time that's where you're going, and that's why I'm going out of Miami. You can do the Eastern or Western Caribbean. So yeah, even if you did it back to back, you can go either way. But these older ships that they put a little further out, less traveled. I'm really looking forward to that Rhapsody of the Sea. That's going to be a lot of good ports and a lot of YouTube video coming from it. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Can you plan a pop up? You know my feeling on that. It, it's not a pop up. Is you know what? I'm going live, and you go live. That's a pop up. You may have to set it up. I mean, go to StreamYard, set it up, so it's not like immediate pop up. But within the next 5-10 minutes, you're live. If I'm telling you I'm doing a pop up tomorrow, that ain't a pop up. You just too lazy to post it. Saying what's going on, y'all. Okay, a night, Bill. Gonna watch TV and pass out. I know the feeling. I know the feeling, Liz. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a member. Also, I didn't know see me traveling at the time either, but we met in the summer landing area. I wasn't into vlogging at the time, and I used to go back and just look at videos to see whether or not I could show up in anybody's videos. And I'll never forget that as long as as long as I live. Everybody saying hello. Maybe call it all things YouTube questions and answer. Chocolate Martini birthday live. Honestly, that might be my birthday might be the day that I drink the least because the next day we get off the ship, and I do not like being hungover leaving the ship. So I should be okay. People who are new to cruising should start with older ships so they have something to look forward to. I thought travel cake. I thought the same thing because once you go to like these bigger ships and that's your first ship, and you go to one of the older ships, you're gonna say they're trash, and I know it's pretty Timmy. Pretty Timmy, this is for you. I've been saying trash for a long time, but it looks that the word trash. You say it so well. I give it to you, pretty Timmy. But yeah, they will start looking at the older ships as trash. They could because once you start with the older ships, you appreciate cruising for what I believe cruising is about: the pools, the sun, the waves, the air. I mean, that's what cruising was about. The ports. Nowadays, it's about the ship. So even if they don't, I think even if they don't pick up on it now, they'll pick up on it later, where they can appreciate going on some of the older ships where you kind of disconnect. It's what the world has turned into. We need a lot of people nowadays. They need something to entertain them 24/7. How if the power goes out? Oh no! What do I do? There's nothing to do. People, people, go. If you lose power at your house, go sit in a chair in the front, watch traffic, drive to a park, enjoy yourself. You don't need somebody to entertain you 24 hours a day. You don't need cable. I thought it was gonna be a problem. I got rid of cable a little while ago, and I haven't missed it. I do. I just got Netflix back so I can watch Squid Games. Um, my son has Disney, so I sneak on there to watch my Marvel stuff. But I have like a over air antenna and Roku, and I really haven't missed it. I watch some of these old shows. I crack up. Twilight Zone black and white version. I still laugh at all. This is good. Scott, You're on it. He's on it, Scott. I guarantee you, the thumbnail will be up until next week. This week, sometime. Law Jones, our older ships are smaller, so they learn. Well, and you do have a little. You do have a little more. Probably a little more space. Lurky Lou, any interest in the new Explorer ships? My thing is about price. A lot of times, my dream cruise. One of my dream cruises. I have two dream cruises. A Nile River cruise, which is not like a real cruise ship, but it's a cruise on the Nile and in Egypt and all that, and going to Antarctica. And yes, money is more, maybe, and I have to really think about that. That takes up the cruising budget. Like a cruise ship like that would take up 6 months, 7 months, 8 months of cruise budget. If I know that ship correctly, the Explorer. So I don't know if I want to give up that much. Oh, hold on, Keisha. My goodness. Hold on. How did I not see this earlier? Keisha, thank you. Thank you so much, Keisha. I appreciate it. You know I do. But you didn't have to. But thank you so much. Uh I wish I had something new for you, but I don't.
Here comes the money. Here we go. Money talk. Here comes the money. Money, 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 money.
I don't know how I did. I'm about to say, did I end the live? Keisha, thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. Controversial cruising. You and Liz are great influencers. They really are. They really are. And if I were to guide like somebody like who to emulate or whatever, it would be their work ethic and their sociability, because they get out here and support everybody all the time. Doesn't matter who you are. Uh, Very good. And Scott, with his knowledge of things that he's very inclusive. As far as like his videos, his game shows, his Thursday special guest, and all. They're very good. Very probably the best that I know on YouTube. I don't know a lot of people, but like when I watch and the videos that I do watch, Melanin at Sea, they have a good following. MH Family Adventure, good following where they interact. I mean, there's some special people, and Liz and Chris and Scott are three special people. Now, again, I mean, it's no secret that some of the stuff they talk about, I don't participate in. I was on the show once, and they kept it kind of clean for me. They were nice. They were nice to an old man. But as far as the supporting the ideas that they come up with, I like it. I mean, you got Yakety Yak in the mornings. They got John Hill to come on and say it. I mean, that was special. The match game and John Hill introduced it. That's next level special. And I know a lot of people want to do it. A lot of people want to do lives. Everybody can't do it. Scratch that. Everybody can do it, but they can't do it as well as Scott and Liz and them. They make it look easy, and everybody can't do that. And it's a gift, and we're lucky to have them in our community. Zoe I prefer the newer ships. I'm not one that has to be entertained all day, but I like to have more options and for about everything: food, places to swim, lounges, and people spread out more. The thing with that, and I agree with you, there are a lot more things to do, and the food options are getting better. Um, but a lot of these ships, they're adding more people, so you're getting a lot, you're actually getting less space per person on these decks. And, they're making the cabins, the regular cabins, a little smaller. The bathrooms a little smaller, so they can cram more people in. But I agree. I mean, I am not knocking anybody who likes all the newer stuff on the ships because I, I'm guilty. I think the Excel class ships, their food options. I love their food options. I love the buffets, the street eats, the main dining room, the steakhouse. I don't do seafood, but on the Excel class ships, I love them. And they finally got it right with the swimming pool in the Serenity area for the adults. See, before they didn't most of the ships. I think Luminosa was one that had a swimming pool in the Serenity area, but most of the time all they had was a hot tub. They didn't have a swimming pool. Excel class ships, they actually have a swimming pool in the Serenity area, and with a little food station and a couple of hot tubs. They actually learned that the Excel class ships. If you haven't been on one, you need to go on one because Carnival actually came through with the design of that ship, especially for people that you don't like kids. It's like it has like its own floor. So I mean, kids aren't even walking through the area. So, oh Scott, you knew. Kimberly Lavelle, welcome in, welcome in. Just getting in from work. Hope you didn't work too hard. You are great, Bill and Scott. Well, thank you, Kim. I'm no different than anyone in the chat. You can all do it. No, see, I'm a realist. Everybody can't be an actor. Everybody can't be a football player. Everybody, you can play football, but you can't make it to the NFL. And you guys are a step above. It's something to strive for. Now, I'm not saying that anybody can't do it, but everybody can't do it. Everybody can't be a doctor. Everybody can't be a lawyer. So, and when I say that, you can't do it well. I mean, you can have be a bad doctor, but you guys are exceptional. Keisha is everywhere. Maggie, they're everywhere. Danny D is everywhere. Certain people are like everywhere. And when I say everywhere, they're there like the entire time watching and supporting. They certain people are they're gifted. Keisha keeps when I every time I start talking about the deep end and I'm done with YouTube, Keisha, she'll post something and talk me off the edge, and not necessarily about YouTube, but just things. And I like talking to her. I make her mad at times because I don't know how to shut up. I'm sarcastic, and I'm used to being by myself, so I don't know how to filter what I say sometimes. But I'm working on it. I'm working on it. I'm working on it, Keisha. So it's special, and you guys are special. You guys, when I start like I try to analyze what they do, and the friendliness about them, the when they're on camera, the ease they speak to the camera. Uh, I work on it, and it takes work. It takes work, and you could tell some people are very comfortable in front of the camera, and some people. I mean, you got to work at it. I'm not saying that you can't do it and they can't be good at it. Um, it takes work. It takes work. But I refuse that. I know Scott. He's being nice. I'm gonna be blunt. Everybody can't do it, but everybody doesn't have to like it. And if it makes you happy, do it. I love talking cruising, and I know a lot of times that's like I ramble on and things like that and forget. But you come in here talking cruising and ask me questions about cruising, you make my day. Everybody in here made my day today by just coming in here and just listening to me talk about cruising for a little bit and having questions. And that's what I love. When I go live for some kind of reason, but it's always going to come back to cruising because that's my love. Cruising is my love of my life. But that's what I do. And when you come in here and you start talking about cruising, you trust me, you've made my night, my day, my whatever, my midnight test, whatever. Bill, what is your opinion on carnival elation and paradise? Do you think they need to be retired? I think they serve their purpose. I mean, uh, Jacksonville, I think is it Jacksonville? They have a bridge that has to go under, and Paradise, Tampa Bay, they have that bridge, so only a certain size ship. Um, I think they serve their purpose, and quite honestly, I've had a great time on both of those ships. And I mean, it took me back to some of the old school days, but I love both of those ships. So do they need to be retired? Probably not. Now, if they built a newer ship that was smaller and could go take their place, maybe. I mean, there it. uh, Hold on, trivia canceled for the night. Hold on, sorry. What's going? What's Scott? Sorry about it. Did you cancel trivia, Scott? I thought you just said at 9 o'clock, or somebody said it. No, it will be okay. It's in 4. What time is it? You got me just running my mouth. Okay, 9 p.m. So nope, he's going on. Will. Um. So Zoe, no, I like those ships, but as I said, like in this live, I've actually that's nostalgia with me, going back to the way cruising used to be. Uh, if they would just get away, if they could just bring the food back, that'll never happen. Get rid of the specialty restaurants and bring that food, into the main dining room like it used to be. I would like that a lot. I mean that's what I want. Uh, Emily, welcome in, Emily. Will, you scared me. I had to look at my. Right, Scott. I'm like, what happened? Did Scott post something? Um, but I'm not staying on this. I'm way past my time. I am going to get ready to get out of here. Thanks, everybody. Oh, let me go. Let me hold on. I gotta go. Wrong button. I'm going to end the. Wow. That poll. I thought everybody was going to jump on the newer ships because everybody, that's all we normally. That's normally the only thing we talk about are the newer ships. Um, I thought it was going to be a wide gap. I don't know how I got 50. I don't know how I got 51% and 48%. There were two options, so it should be 49%. But 51% said newer ships, 48 from this says the older ships. I thought it was going to be a wide margin for newer ships, but I think people they probably feel like me. A lot of people, where the older ships less crowded. Just make sure you do your food right, and we're still loving you. And the price the price is right. The older ships, as I said, are usually cheaper. Go on more cruises. I like it. I like it. Emily, no, you said, hold on. Did you long day? No, but I'm glad you're home now, Emily. Will G, except for the Havana area. I must have missed that. Right. Nope. Whoops. Back up. Yeah, the Excel class ship. They dropped the ball on the. I actually had a Havana cabin on the Mardi Gras, and I was so happy. Will G has always talked about how great the Havana is. He said the Vista class, but I'm like, the Excel class they did it just as nice. No, it it was trash. It was trash. I mean that was I was really disappointed. I walked around. I literally walked around the whole area where the cabins were. I'm like, it's got to be more to it than this. They had a bar there. They had a hot tub. No, scratch that. They had a pool that looked like a hot tub. Nobody was ever there. Nobody was ever in the Havana area. They were inside at the bar, maybe outside at the bar, but like the tub and sitting in the chairs. Nobody was ever there. I was so disappointed, and that's why I'm gonna try to go on one on a maybe I'll go on a Vista. Bill, did you change your T-shirt shirts? I well this I hold on. I will show you. This is Crafty Leo made this shirt for me. I'm actually I need to talk to her to see if she does shirts like in a bundle. I don't the the spread shot or whatever it was. I didn't like it. So hold on, I'm gonna show you my shirt. Boop. She made me this for my last cruise, I believe. I don't know if I ever wore it. I think maybe I did. I still have one in the packet, but stay strong and embrace the journey. Do I have it on the QR code? You need the QR code? Anyway, she did a good job. I just I bought it. I don't remember what I paid for it, and I don't want to make it too expensive for anybody. But I like this. I like the shirt. I understand that I will see you on the Vista Saturday. Man, Will and Will G, the Wills, we're in Will compliance. Will G's, they're gonna take over the Vista. Emily, I will get in touch with her and find out how much the shirt costs, and I will let you know. And then I'll put you in contact with her. That way you can order directly from her. I don't want to make any money off of it, so you can order. You can. Keisha, you're the greatest. See, Keisha, that mod of the year, Keisha. I don't care what Meet and I say. Mod of the year. Um, Emily, I will put you in contact with her so that you can order directly from her. So whatever her price is what you pay. I don't want to make anything from the T-shirt. I like the quality of the T-shirt. I like the quality of the work. Boop. She actually made a couple of them for me, and I haven't had time to catch up with her to find out what she would charge people for shirts. I just don't want it to be too expensive for anybody. So but I definitely will look into it. But with that being said, everybody, thank you so much. Listen to me ramble for an hour and a half. You guys are the greatest. Love you guys. I thought this was a yeah. I thought that was something. Okay. Anywho, Rockstar. Uh, I really appreciate you guys. Don't forget 9 o'clock tonight. Thursday with Scott. I don't know if he's a solo or if I don't think Denise is on. Somebody else might be on with him. So check him out. Friday match game. Check him out. What is it? 8 o'clock Friday match game. Be there. Be square. Support them like he supports everybody else. And go win some prizes. They give out good stuff. When he first started, I used to be able to, but he would do like cruising. Yeah, I love Scott when he first started. He would do cruising uh, trivia and carnival cruising. It's like, hey, I can win this. I won the first couple of times. Then he started switching it up. The nerve of Scott. MSC. I might have a chance, Scott. Okay. I'm gonna get off here and try to grab me something to eat first. But I might have a shot if MSC stuff. So everybody, bye. Appreciate you guys. See you next week. Wednesday, Cruise Talk Live, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Banter with Bill, again, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, next Thursday. Oh, Scott, no. So now you're just teasing me, Scott. Now you're just teasing me. You have this hard trivia. I'm going to come and tell Billy J to stay out of there and maybe give me a shot. Anywho, people, appreciate you being in here. Thank you so much. I am going to get ready to end this live, and I'm going to end this live with the just hit the end live button because I don't think I have to put. I think I have it the media in there. So Appreciate it, people. And Kim, thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Will G, have a great night. Uh, Will G, catch the rest of Lovey's Live. Oh, Lovey's Live. See, I knew. I keep forgetting about Lovey being live. Go check out Lovey's Fat Life. Will G, if you get a chance, go live from the Vista. I don't know if you have a Havana cabin or not, but show that area. Sneak in if you can. Show the area of the Havana, and because I really people really need to see the difference between that and Excel class ship. I know you're not a big vlogger, but if you can go live or just videotape a little bit of it, I'd appreciate it. I'd like to see it. People, as always, make sure you stay strong and embrace the journey. And I will talk to you next week. Bye bye.